Hi, I'm going to do a transmission drain and fill on this 2019 Hyundai Elantra. I've seen some guys really wrestling with the procedure, and once I got into it, it's really quite simple. It's really no more work than an oil change. You got to drop the pan underneath the car, the little skid plate underneath there, that's the most work. But so they got these little tabs here that hold this thing in. This goes down there and connects. It just lifts out. With these tabs, when you start, it's going to be flat like this. If you actually I put a little pocket knife on there and push down further, and it literally releases this, and then you can pull this out, and then you push it back up with your hand to reinstall it after you're done with the job. Once you get these two out, you lift this out. So I didn't have to jack this car up or nothing. There's more of these push tab things. I always take them out and set them right where they go, right here. There's one more under there that's right where it goes. And then there's four more across the front of the car. They're right there. There's also, what do we got here? There's four of these 10mm screws that also go under here, but these are all the same. There's three more of these push tabs. These are right where they go. I got them in position. Just put them right back under there where they go, holding up this whole flap. So there's the 10mm wrench. There's a couple screws back here, 10mm that I took out on that same pan. But I realized you don't even need to take these out. So this is under the car right now. You can see this pan is what you got to lower to catch the fluid. Back there it's still connected, you can see. So people are lowering this whole thing, getting it out of there. Just leave it right in place. You can leave all that connected back there. Set the pan right on top of this. So right now, you can see the fluid. The lid's out, the drain plug's out. There's probably only 2 or 3 quarts in there, 3 to 4, I don't know. But I'm gonna pour it back into the quarts precisely, and then pour that much back in. So here's the drain plug. You got to wipe the residue off there. There's magnetic shavings on there. Wipe that off, put it back in, and put it all back together, and you're done. So the thing that a lot of people are wrestling with is getting this pan out of here. All you got to do is lower it, put the drain pan on top of there. So this right here is the fill plug. People are taking this whole housing out of there and getting it out and wrestling with getting that out of there. You can see it's very close to that silver bracket piece that's down there. But literally, if you just give it a half a turn, it's plastic. You just give it a half a turn, and then it lifts right out. I was able to do that. I did put one hand under here and another hand under here to get it to lift out. It's out. Let me see if I wanted to put it back in, just so no dirt got in there while I was doing the work underneath. But I mean, it pulls out as simple as it goes in, and you can see it's just a plastic plug, and it goes right back in there. So then I'm going to put the funnel in there, and as I fill up the quarts of oil, I have some old quarts, but I'm going to precisely measure it as I pour one quart in, out of the drain pan into the empty quart I have. Then I'm going to measure it and pour one in here, and then when I get 2, I'll pour it in, and then there'll be a precise amount of what I took out right back in. So it's literally take this piece off, take this out, put the funnel in there, fill it up, put this back on, put this back together, and it's 30 pounds of torque on the, here's the torque wrench to put the drain plug back in. So it's really quite simple, and it doesn't have to be a big project. Next time I'm going to be done in, I'd say 30 or 40 minutes. But I hope you found this helpful. So I just pulled this pan out, and there's a gauge on the side of the, it looks like there's about 3.5 to not quite 4 quarts. You can see the line for 4 quarts down there, and it's below that. So I am still going to precisely measure it to pour it back in, the exact amount. I went to Hyundai and bought the stuff that they recommended. But I just want to show you how much came out of there. I put the drain plug back in, but now I'm going to get under there and torque it to 30, put all this back together. Okay, so since we looked in the pan and it said that we needed between 3 and 4 quarts, took this marker right here, and you can see the fluid level on there. And I marked all of these containers. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pour 3 of these in there, because I know it took out at least 3. It's 3 and a little bit. So I'm going to pour all of these in there. Then I'm going to take the oil out of the other container and start filling it in these until it's precisely the amount. And then when I get down to the end, I'll pour it in a milk jug and you know, figure this one out exactly how much I need out of this container to pour in there to make sure I don't overfill it and I have the exact amount that came out. So, like I said, I did all this without jacking up the car. I just want to show you a clear picture of this so you're not cranking on it. You can see so this drops down in, you can see it right here on the top lip, right there. It drops in, and then it only turns a quarter of a turn. So you don't need to be cranking on this thing trying to unscrew it. And like I said, I just put my hands down there, my fingernails under here, and pulled it up. Once I got it loose, and it popped right out. There was no messing with it and wrestling with it. I didn't put the car in neutral or anything like that. So the only thing I have to do is fill this up, put this back, and reinstall this, and put those 2 plugs in, and I'm done. So, you know, I got the funnel in the hole right now, and that's all there is to it. So when you're done, I did crank down the drain plug to 30 pounds of pressure on the torque wrench, and they want you to run, after you get it refilled, you know, if it's in park, put it in neutral, put it in reverse, put it in drive, 1, 2, whatever the gears are, and at each point stop for 10 seconds and shift again, stop for 10 seconds and shift again. You could do that a time or 2 just to get the fluid back in the system correctly. All right, that's it.